All right. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So they said that we can go ahead and start. I'm Taylor Timmons. I'm going to be your moderator for this afternoon's program. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go through and each of you are going to introduce yourselves. It's showing that we're already live on Facebook, so we can just go ahead and jump into it. I do have a series of questions that were submitted. Everyone does not have to answer each question, but we really just want for this to be a laid back format and for us just to keep the conversation going as seamlessly as possible. All right, so we will start with the introductions with the top row. So Destiny, Jada Lynn, Ramona, and then Kay Nicole. All right. All right, so Destiny, go ahead and kick off and introduce yourself to us.
Hi, I'm Destiny Davis. I am 23 years old. I own the Imperial Dream Salon in Pamplico, South Carolina.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Jada. I'm 33 years old, and I am the owner of Kiss by Jada, where I do makeup and hair.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Ramona. I am the owner of Salon Gabriel and a product line called 613. I am 44 years old.
Perfect.
Hello, guys. My name is Kay Nicole. I am the owner of Kay Nicole the Salon and Spa. I've been doing hair for over 23 years now, and I'm 46 years old.
Ooh, everyone looks amazing. Thank you so much for all of your introductions. So we can go ahead and we can just kick it off right now. So this is a question that everyone can jump into and answer. Whenever you were younger, what did you want to be whenever you grew up?
I guess I'll go first. I actually want to be a pediatrician.
Okay.
I want to be a NICU nurse.
Okay.
I wanted to be a plastic surgeon.
Okay. Medical field heavy. Okay.
I wanted to be an auto mechanic.
Not
My dad,
surprising.
yeah,
Okay.
my mom told me I was too small and nobody was going to trust me under their truck nor car. So find another gig.
I would definitely trust you with my.
Well, she said I was too little to be under a car, and so if it fell down on me, what was I gonna do?
No, be stuck. Be
Yes,
stuck.
that part.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. So those are very different careers than where you all ended up, right? Very, very different. So what got us from these, let's say, childhood dreams to where we are right now? What was the changing catalyst, I guess?
Well, I got out of school. I went and I was going. But when I took that second biology, I said, Lord, this is not for me.
Okay. Biology will do that to you.
I had to turn it around and go a different route.
Okay.
Well, I actually took cosmetology in high school. I didn't intend on it being a career. However, one day I messed up my eyebrows and I need to learn how to fix them. And that just turned me into the world of makeup. I went on YouTube, and you know how YouTube take you all over the place. And it just introduced me to makeup, and that's been it ever since.
Okay.
I started out going to college, and just like Destiny, the second year I was biology, I was like, oh no. And I figured out I had to give people needles. I said, this is not going to work. So I dropped out. I told my dad I was leaving and started hair school. And my mom didn't know until I probably was in there, maybe my 6th month. She had no clue.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Okay.
had no clue. Yeah, because I knew my dad is like so super open and accepting. So I knew he was like, he'll ride for you, whatever you want to do. But my mom is like, it was ingrained in her, you have to go to college and you have to do this. So this is different for her. Like someone being a business owner and doing well is different for her.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unlike Destiny and Ramona, I had already knew that I was doing nobody's college. I had already knew that was not the career that I would ever take because I was just praying, God, if you get me through these 12 years of
Right.
school,
Not
I
the
will-
original 12.
just the 12 years. I'm not even going to go to kindergarten, all of that, because that'll take a sister out. So I'm
Okay.
saying, Lord, I had already knew I was not about to do nobody college, because my sister, she graduated cum laude, and every Sunday night she was writing books that had to be due by Monday at 8 a.m. And I couldn't write a book. I was not about to be. I was gonna let her be great and be cum laude and all of that. Yeah, so no, I knew.
And everybody.
And my mom knew as well, because when I came home one day and I had all these accolades. I was the most talkative, I was the loudest, I was the class clown, I was all of those. And so my mom said, "Well, Nikki, did you get the smartest? Did you get the most smartest thing?" I said, "No, so got that." She was like, "Okay, we gonna have to talk about what you gonna do, because college ain't gonna be the thing for you." Yeah, so that's me.
I like it. Sometimes you just gotta look at what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And from the bag that's there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. She's like, "No, you're not about to do no college, because I'm not writing these books for you. No, I'm not gonna do it."
I appreciate her seeing what was in front of her, because some parents do that. They try to mold you in what they want to see, but
Yeah, nah. She said, "Don't you be doing Teresa North hair sometimes? You like to do that. I see you braiding and stuff. You want to do that?
From what's in front of us, okay?
You want to do that? You want to braid hair and things like? Let's do that. Yeah."
Okay. Let's pick from right there, okay, guys. All right. So, you all did. I think everyone had a very drastic career shift from what they wanted to do to what they became. So in those moments, who was your greatest inspiration? Like, what was it that was like, you know what? I'm going into the world of beauty. I'm going into the world of cosmetology. Who did that for you?
In my case, I didn't really have nobody to go directly into beauty, but my mom and them, they just kept saying, like Nikki said, "Oh, you always doing this. You always got on makeup. You always doing hair. Why would you do that?" So I just started doing my own, and everybody just kept coming and coming. So I was like, you know what? I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's just
okay.
I really didn't have an inspiration either. I really just took cosmetology because it was a lot of credits and it would help me, graduate. But once I got started, I did have my son young. So once he was born, that did, help motivate me to push forward.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm just like them too. I didn't have anybody who inspired me to do it. I would say maybe my dad. He was very big on do what you want to do, but just be the greatest at it. And he was just like, study, take classes, be one of the best, no matter what you want to do. And I will support you 100%. And so I just learned from like his stories and, took it with me. Later on in life, there's a guy named Jimmy that I absolutely loved because he just did stuff, off the top of his head and maybe didn't know why he did it, but he did it. And I connected with him and then he started mentoring me. And then from that moment on, everything took off after that. But I would say my dad.
Okay.
For me, I didn't have anybody either. I think I would say that I was my own inspiration for real. I knew, like Ramona said, that whatever I was going to do, I would have to be the best at it, because I had to prove myself that going to college is not for everybody. And so I had to prove to me that, if you're going to do this and you're going to defy and you're going to, go against the grain, you got to, every day when you wake up and look in the mirror, you got to become the best version of yourself. And you got to, you got to inspire and you got to let those know that college is not for everybody, but don't sit on the sidelines and just be, ordinary. You're going to do it. You're going to have to, level up and do everything, everything like it's your last. You got to put all into it. So I inspired myself every day. I had to be the best me.
Okay, perfect. So let's kind of delve into what Nikki and Ramona were talking about just now. So I know Nikki mentioned that she had an older sister who did follow the traditional, I guess, path of going to a 4-year school. I know Destiny and Ramona said that they tried that route. It wasn't working for them. So this alternative career to your families. I know coming from a Black family, a lot of us are expected to go to 4-year school. There's really not questions asked. That's what you do. So how did you present this to your families? And was there any pushback? Like, did you have to kind of stand your ground, like, this is what I'm going to do? Or were they very open to it?
In my case, I graduated high school early. I graduated at 17. My mom was like, you not going off to school because you're 17 years old. So I was like, oh. So I got to find something to do. So I went to tech. I see that was not working for me. So I was like, well, I guess I can go do hair. And when I finally told them, they actually kind of put the idea in my head. Well, you always doing hair. Why don't you just go do that? Because college ain't for everybody. And I was like, well, yeah, you got a point. So then I just went off. I applied for tech cosmetology program, but they would never open. Every time I go, they was never open. So I was like, maybe God trying to tell me that ain't. So I said, well, I'm gonna try cosmetology school one more time. So I went to Kenneth Schuler, applied, got in the same day, started in October, and ever since that's where I was at doing hair.
Okay.
My parents, they're very supportive. Whatever I want to do, they're behind me 100%. They actually do encourage, like, they're huge fans of mine. They think I'm just like the greatest thing smoking. So they push me, to be great.
I love it. My dad was supportive. My mom was not. That's why I didn't tell her. She was definitely born, like raised that you have to go to college. Now, she didn't go to college. Her parents wouldn't pay for it. So it was almost like, okay, you're going to be the first one to go.
Okay.
So I did it anyway. Like, I was going to do what I wanted to do. And I think after the fact, she knew. But, she kind of, when she got on board was probably when I started making money. Then she was like, number one supporter. Let me take your cards and put them in the car. But before then, she was like, I don't know about this. And yeah, but my dad 100% was down.
Perfect.
Well, like I told you guys earlier, the accolades told my mom and my dad what I was about to do. My dad is very cool. Like, he is, sometimes when I need to talk to him, I say, okay, daddy, I don't need daddy. I need I need a big brother. So my daddy has always been in that pocket. Like, do what just as long as you ain't in my pocket, whatever it is, go ahead and do it. My mom saw it early. She already saw, she already had the accolades. My sister had already did whatever college was supposed to do. She came out with a bang. I wasn't gonna come in second. So I need to do a whole nother path. And she recognized that in me. So, she didn't push me to do college. She encouraged me. Those 2 braids that I did on my 2 cousins was solder. Because I wasn't going to be a mechanic. She's already told me that. So when she saw me doing 2 braids on Teresa and Nora, she was like, yes, girl. Yeah, you better braid them. Look at my girl. I knew you was going to find it.
That's it. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And so we are, and I think I kind of want to correct, like maybe I misspoke. And I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression. We're saying that college is not for everyone. I stand on that. But education and learning is, though. So regardless of whether you go a 4-year path or a 2-year path or a certification or on the job training,
exactly,
learning is necessary. Right. I don't care what you choose to do. I don't care if you want to go make subs at a delicatessen. You need to watch somebody make subs so you can learn how to layer sandwich meat and mayonnaise. Okay. So for our cosmetologists, under no circumstances are you all braiding 2 braids in hair and that's it. I know some of you personally, and I know that you have poured hundreds, thousands, years, hours and hours and hours, as the song says, into your craft, into your career. So let's talk about that. Like, what are the things that you've done to help support your career, to better your craft, to become masters at the art that you've chosen to support your lifestyle? And now let's start with, I want to call them our experts down at the bottom, Ramona and KK Nicole, because you are absolutely gorgeous. But like, let's be honest here, y'all have been doing hair almost as long as I've been alive, right? Okay, so let's look at that. What have you all done to pour into your craft as far as education and learning is concerned?
Just continuous classes, watching, reading, studying under people. Anything that's new that's coming out, studying, learning about it. And not only that, but listening to what your clients want and what their needs are, what the needs in your area, is at the time. Also, I did have to learn that whatever you look like, you kind of attract what you need. You know what I mean? So for instance, when my hair was blonde and short like Kate Nicole, I would attract people who were scared to shave their head off, but they wanted to do it because I did it. You know what I mean? So just being mindful of you are your brand and you're walking around as your brand and just being mindful of those things. But definitely studying and then, just watching people pretty much is what I did.
Okay.
For me, I had to release my ego. EGO, edging God out. I had to release the ego because I went in, I'm an Aveda salon. For a sister, that's a big thing. I'm the only Aveda salon in Florence, South Carolina. I had to fight to get that right, to have that. And it was a lot of letting my ego down, letting my ego go, because I went into an Aveda salon when I served in 10 years in Atlanta. And I worked at an Aveda salon, and I love the culture. I love everything about it. But I was already about 10 years in my career. So day one, when I went into the Aveda salon, now I got 10 years experience, but I had to sweep the floor. I had to fold the towels. I had to watch somebody that just got into the industry 2 years. I had to sit. I could not even touch a client.
Wow.
I couldn't even speak. And so when I tell you that first 24 hours, I went in the back of the room and I was like, oh, they done got me twisted. I got 10 years and I am doing the thing. Okay. I chose to come here. All of that. But then I had to realize all of that profit nothing, because at the end of the day, I knew I wanted to do more. I mean, I went in with Aveda is all natural, okay? I went in with the long nails. I mean, I went in, okay? And so she looked at me, she's like, okay, first of all, you're gonna have to let those nails go. She broke me all, everything that I thought I was supposed to be in the beauty industry, she broke all of that down. So I would say, and the only thing that kept me humble was I knew I would one day was going to own an Aveda salon. I knew one day I was going to own that. And in order for me to get there, I had to let my flesh and my ego go, because they was telling me, oh, girl, you ain't got to do that. You've been in the industry 10 years. How they going to tell you? And so I had to shut them down and pack them away. And I had to go in humble. But I always had to stay focused on what I knew I was going to get out of it. So I would say what furthered me was letting my ego go. Like Ramona said, always studying your craft. Every time because I'm known for natural blowouts. So every time I do a blowout, I do it as if it's my first one. I do it and I learned something now. I'm telling you, still, I always learn something new every time I do a blowout, because I'm always open. I don't know everything. I do not know everything. And so, I'm willing to learn and just being open. You don't know everything in this industry. You don't. And so in order for me to continue to build, and what keeps me, current, is my willingness to be a student. I'm always a student.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Jada?
I'm sorry. She was talking about Aveda. I'm going to tell you something funny about that. I started with Redken and then I went to Aveda and I had the same experience. I literally did the same exact thing. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. But I mean, that company will break you down to build you up into a better you. I will agree 100%. And I think that like this whole panel was meant to happen this way, because when you said you have a Aveda salon, that is something that I have always dreamed of. Even though I have Salon Gabriel, that is something I've always wanted to do, because I worked for Aveda and I loved it. And actually Jimmy Giorgenti was who I studied under for a long time. And he's with Aveda. And Tippy Short, Tippy.
I know Tippy, but she's not with Aveda anymore, but she used to be.
Right. She used to be. Exactly.
Yeah.
So all this is meant to happen. I'm telling you.
Yeah, of course. We'll connect, Ramona.
We have to connect. We have to connect after this, definitely.
No doubt.
Jada.
She's muted.
Yes, she is. You're on mute, Jada.
I think she's trying
There
to
we
get
go.
more.
All
Yeah.
right. So for me, when I first started, I was in love with makeup. I used to study it. I used to, just do it all. And I would say I have, within the few years, I kind of like laid off, but now I've gotten this spark back where I'm like in love with it all over again. So I've signed up for classes, just so I can perfect my craft even more, because I'll say I kind of had like an ego too. Even though I don't think I'm the best, I didn't think I needed to learn from anybody else, which
Got you.
It was a fault of my own. But now, I'm older now, so I am about to, start perfecting my craft more and learning from others in the future.
Absolutely. Destiny?
Well, I'm new to everything. I started off doing makeup too. My sister used to always do my hair, so I really never cared about the hair situation until this one day I had a cheerleading game, y'all, and she would not do my hair, and I was like, how am I gonna do this? I had to do my first sew-in on myself. It was a mess, but it looked good in the ponytail, and that's all I needed. So I rocked that ponytail and I just kept doing it. I was on YouTube trying to figure out anything I can of how I'm gonna get this sew-in together where I can go to school. Before I know it, I really stopped. I mean, I still was doing makeup, but I kind of stopped doing makeup because I fell in love with frontals and closures. I was like, I'm determined. I'm gonna get these frontals. I'm gonna have scalp too. I want my hair to be looking like this coming out my scalp. So, and my mom used to do hair. My sister still do hair. So it just kind of was passed down, and I just kept trying to learn. When I see mom was doing people hair, or my sister do something, I always try to learn. And then when I got to hair school, I met this lady. Her name is Shirley. She was my best motivation in that school. Days I was not doing what I was supposed to be doing, not trying to learn or whatever. She know Destiny. That's not what you're gonna do. You're gonna get it done because you got to get out of here. So I just keep trying, same as everyone else say, keep trying to learn, always studying, always on YouTube, anything that's gonna help you get further in your career.
Okay. And so I think that this is amazing. We're discussing Black in Beauty, and everyone on the panel owns their own business. So everyone here is a business owner, an entrepreneur, a master of their craft in their own right. So how do you, one, juggle your professional life and your business life? How was that working for everyone? And how do you make it work?
I'm still struggling with it.
Okay.
I stay in the shop 24/7. I will not leave here sometime to 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know when to. It's you got to go out. You got to go. Okay. I'm always here. I go from here home, here home. I'm here all the time. So I'm still working on that. So I got to do better, as in you working 8 to 5, Tuesday to Saturday. That's it. I'll stay in here all night. If I got wigs to do that week, I would do all my wigs, stay in here 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. My mom and them call, you're in the back. You need to get out of there. People don't. I'm like, Mom, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. So I still got to learn how to put my personal life and my professional life some kind of balance. Okay. So we have one person who's still working on getting that part of their life together. Nikki.
For me, I would say there's not a balance. There is not a balance. There's boundaries, but there is not a balance. Because for me, I have 2 kids, and it takes a village. If you have kids, it takes a village. I don't see my kids. They don't stay with me. Thank God for my mother and my father that see the vision. And because they saw the vision, they knew my kids would, and I'm just being transparent. I'm being transparent, and I go to hell for it. But my kids would have been lacking, because the only question I'm gonna ask my children, y'all did the homework? And all they gotta do is say, yeah, and I'm okay then.
You're riding with it.
like I'm doing something. All right, y'all
Okay.
could do better. And that's all I got for you. But um for me, because I know that this is a legacy that I'm passing down to my kids right now, you just got them. I call it the win formula. What's important now? And it can't be emotions for me because I'm working on 4 more locations. So I can't be emotional right now. I
Okay.
have to have a system that I got to duplicate so I can plug and play these systems in the other salons that I'm getting. And so right now it's the village. There are no balance. It's boundaries. What you're going to do, what you're not going to do, but you got to use the win formula. What's important now? And if you do the win formula as what is important now, and you got a support system, and your kids, like my kids know. You want what? You said you want what? You want a Chucky doll that's what? You want a new iPhone? You want, and it's sad that, I feel like sometimes I give my kids more things because I don't have the time. But I tell them in order for me to get you what you want, because kids, they want things. And I have to ride that. They really don't like me enough to say, Mom, I just want to spend time with you. Well, them children don't care about no. They don't. I'm mine. I know mine. I'm talking about mine.
I know him too, and she ain't lying. Like that's a
So
very
I
valid
meet them. I meet them where they're at. I know what they need. My kids don't want the time. They want the things. So I got to ride that. So in order for me to give y'all the things, Mama got to do this, And so
Absolutely.
I think if you include that in with them and they know the process to the promise, they are okay. So for me, it's just the boundaries and communication and just knowing what's important now and what you're building. Because if you stay focused on the long term, then all the things that you're doing won't be a burden. It won't be a burden. Everybody won't understand, but everybody is not supposed to understand. The vision was given to you. Everybody else can't see that, and that's okay.
Oh, that was amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jada.
So I'm kind of different. I am more I'll say I use my kids as an excuse. Like, oh, I got to be with my kids more. And whereas my
Okay.
mama like, girl, them kids, okay, get out there and take them clients. Stop turning away money because you trying to. So I'm working on that too. Because
Okay.
my kids are older now and they can be home by themselves. And but I wouldn't use that as an excuse. So I'm pushing forward more to, I guess, stop using my kids as an excuse to not be at my highest potential. So I think, like she said, there really is no balance. You just got to find some boundaries and stick to them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Ramona.
I agree 100%. There are boundaries, and that's about it. I wear the entrepreneur hat and the mommy hat. There's no,
Okay.
I need to take care of me hat. You know what I mean? There's no time for that. I feel like when you are a single parent and like for me, I'm raising a brown little boy. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I need him to see the world because I never want him to go and be interviewed by somebody, and all these other people have been multiple places and he hasn't been anywhere. And I never want him to say, oh, because my mom was a single mom, we couldn't go anywhere. So my time I spend is building my brand and then also traveling with him so he can see the world and learn other things, other cultures, stuff like that. So that's why I say, like, I never really have time for me, but I have time for him and then I have time for here. So there really is no balance. And there's times like Friday nights, I'm here till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's just like a normal thing for me. Now, I'm going to tell you, I got slapped in the face. Probably I had to have surgery January 6th on my knee. And so the doctor was like, oh no, you can only work 4 hours a day. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? And so literally, so my thought process was, I'm gonna get a chair then so I can sit down and work. You know what I mean? Nobody else is going to do it. I have to do it, So I got a chair in here and, the doctor, he gave me a mouthful, but
I'm
you
gonna
kind
say,
of got to
that's
make
not
it.
what that man told you.
I know. So my friends hold me accountable because the other day I was here, my friend was like, I know you're still not at work. So I kind of break the boundaries a little bit, but I mean, it has to be done. You know, if I'm not here, then, you know, the wheels on the bus are not
Make no
turning.
money.
That's right.
That's my problem. I need to find me some
Hmm.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. And I
Hmm.
will say this, being in the industry for over 20, I'm
Hmm.
thinking it's over 26 years I've been in the industry. But being in the industry for as long as I have been, what
Mhm.
I just start taking a lunch break.
Hmm.
Like
Wow.
this year I have a mandatory lunch break, because now what I think is disrespectful, and it's very disrespectful for every queen that I serve in here, is pouring and giving out of an empty tank. I think that's
Hmm.
very disrespectful when I give people fumes, you know. And
Mm.
so
Okay.
in order for me to be my best self for them, I have to steal away. I have to meditate. You know, I have to build myself up, you know. And although there is, and that's one, and I have a formula, you know, I have rituals that I do, because I really do believe that it's disrespectful to give somebody tired energy. You know, now every time a client do sit in my chair, you know, I do have that new fresh energy for them. I give them
Right.
everything that I have. I promise you I do. But I really felt the difference in the shift when I took that time for me. And I
Okay.
gave myself, you know, that hour break, or, you know, just sitting still with myself. It really did make a difference in the energy that I gave my clients. So self-care is part of the boundaries that we have to, because we're in this industry forever. You know, sometimes we can be in this, you know, forever, for a long time. I'm 26
Mm.
years. I don't even see myself tapping out yet, but I am, because I am. But, you know, I still, you know, you still got to be able to have some place to pull. You can't, I mean, 26 years, if I did stop and then now I want to give my kids leftovers, that's not fair. So I have to, you know, find that time to give to my clients, and then when, you know, that time to give to my kids. And I think sitting still with yourself and doing that self-care is very, very important. That hour lunch break changed my life.
Okay.
Mm.
That's a perfect segue. So, one of the questions actually focuses on self care. So, how do you all practice self care, whether it be an hour lunch break or what do you do? Because as someone on the other side of the chair, I sit in the chair. I don't stand behind the chair. We come to you all for self care.
Hmm.
Kay Nicole knows, like she's the therapist. Like she was my therapist.
Hmm.
You know, people come to you all, and we pour everything on you. You know, y'all probably know more than spouses, parents, best friends, whoever. So, you know, when people are pouring on you, how do you let go? How do you refresh? How do you renew? How do you take care of yourself so that you all are able to take on whatever your clients do leave in your chair? How do you take care of you? Let's start with Ramona. We haven't started with Ramona.
I every morning after I drop off my son to school, I go to the gym. I have an hour there, and that is my time to kind of get myself together before work. I also do meditation too. Um, I do the lunch break, just like Kay Nicole said. I do the lunch break. That will change your life. Just those, even if you don't eat, just to sit there and have a couple minutes to yourself is really what you need. I just started doing like massage. Um, just trying to pour into my own cup and stop giving so much away. Because literally, like I remember being Destiny. I remember being that, not leaving work, working hours upon hours. And you get in your car and literally you have to sit in your car for 30 minutes because you can't drive off because you have nothing to give. You can't even drive. You're just sitting in the car looking. I've been there. I've done it. I mean, there are times now that I do it. Um, but you have to take care of yourself, because if you don't, your body will break down and you won't be able to do anything. So yeah, I pride myself on meditation, taking those, like the hour lunch, like Kay Nicole said, and then also just, meditating.
Perfect. Destiny.
Well, in the beginning, I was working every day, Monday to Monday, every
Mhm.
day. Also going home. My mama has adopted 2 kids, so also going home and help her because it's just me and her in the house now. So I go help her, go start right back over the next day. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be to tire myself out before I even get far in my
Absolutely.
career. So I started taking off Sundays and Mondays. My Monday is just me. Everybody going out the house. It's nobody but me in the house. I just chill out the whole day. I don't do nothing. I just stay in the house. Nobody don't call me because I ain't coming. I stay in the house. So it's this month, well, last month, it's been kind of rough because my mama went to the hospital for a whole week. So it was just me. Well, my aunts and them helped me, you know, from time to time. But I'm the type of person, I don't like to put my stuff on others, you know. I like to take care of everything myself. So I was running, trying to work every day, taking the kids to school, also going to the hospital, checking on my mama, picking them up, going back, doing it every day. I was like, I got to stop this. So I had to start, just like they said, now I got to try to work in my break, make sure I get that Monday where I'm not doing nothing, send them to school. My mama send her to work because she's just like another child. But anyway, send her off. I just need me. So my Mondays is where I get my self-care.
Okay. Jada?
So I make sure I spend time with God every morning, and I recently got into the habit of going into the gym, and I guess that is a form of self-care now. I love it.
Okay.
So my
I
body
need
is
to
sure
get
to
there.
changes.
Okay.
But yeah, I make sure I spend time with God, and I make sure I hit the gym every day.
Perfect. Okay, Nicole, you have some additional self-care?
Well, basically what I just said, just the rituals. I call those rituals that are non-negotiable because, like I said, pouring into myself is disrespectful to give anybody leftovers, especially when it's your career. And these people, just like you said, Taylor, y'all come transparent. We are the only. First of all, it's only two industries that still touch clients: the medical profession and then our industry. We're the only ones that really are really touching clients. So I don't take that for granted. And then we see our clients in the most uncomfortable hair mess, we see them exposed, so I don't take that for granted. So I want to be my best self for everybody that sits in my seat. And so my rituals, and I do work out in the mornings. And so I do my workout. I meditate. I meditate first, then I go do my workout and taking that hour break, and just kind of just zoning in. Like Ramon, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start having some body work done on me as well, just to relieve some of that tension, because, our bodies can get into a tight, we sometimes we can expire ourselves before time because we don't keep ourselves fluid. So yeah, but self-care, doing those rituals got to be non-negotiable. Got to be. And sometimes Destiny, just being at the house doing nothing is one of the best self-cares, because you feel like you feel like if you just laying down, oh, you just so late. You hear your grandma in your ear, yeah, just sitting down doing nothing. Get up and do something. You hear those old, they feel like you got to be outside plowing a field. If you ain't plowing the field, something like that, you ain't doing nothing. You really are, and you feel guilty. You start to feel like, okay, Lord, I got to be doing something. But laying down, doing nothing, and not answering a phone call, waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep, and doing that all day is good. I'm telling you, it's good for you. So, girl, if you can keep that up, go ahead. That can be a part of your ritual.
I know you're not still laying in that bed.
Yes, ma'am, I am. And you interrupted me.
I'm tired.
And you interrupted me.
Yes, I
There
am.
you go. Yep.
And now
I was until you
all
called.
these extra things, I got to get that Monday. Everybody get out.
Yeah.
All right. So we know that self-care is a must. But can you all kind of explore for us, what does a day in your life look like? So we know that y'all are working up, y'all are hitting the gym and getting your bodies together, but what does a day look like for you all? Okay, Nicole, let's go back to you first.
Okay. Now it's according what time I have to go to work. So if I have to be to work at 10, I'll try to get up at least by 7 or 7:30. I just started that because Ratchet Nikki used to get the client come in at 10, Nikki getting up at
10.
9:45.
Mine 9:45.
Yeah, that,
Ten.
yeah, that's what I used to, that's what Nikki did. But K Nicole, and I had to reinvent myself.
I
I
catch
went through
myself
some.
calling you K Nicole. Okay, K
I
Nicole.
I reinvented myself really because I used to have a lot of hair. I looked different than what I am now. So I had to do something different. I said, okay, Nikki, you about to step it up. You're gonna do something. If you're gonna look different, you gotta be different, and you gotta actually do something different. You just can't be looking cute, but you still sloppy.
Right.
So I had to really step my whole game holistically up. So if I have a guest at 10, I get up at 7, and I might not physically get up, but I will lay with myself and I'm talking to God. I'm meditating. I'm Before I go to bed, I make a request to some questions that I want answered. So I'll have some questions that I want God to answer. So in the mornings, I'll have the questions, ask those questions, and then in the morning I meditate to get the answers to the questions that I ask. So I get up at 7, I'm just laying there, get some of those questions answered, get myself centered. I might have my sounding board and my sounding bowl, and I'll raise my frequency up, and then I get up and I work out for probably about 35, 45 minutes, and then I'll get back home, take a shower, give myself like an hour and 30 minutes to get myself together, and then I'll come into the salon. Now I'm still not here at 10 o'clock. Now I might be walking through the door at 10:02.
Okay, O2.
I might be, but and I even got to work on that because my guests paid for
Mhm.
an hour and 15 minutes of my time. That's their time, so I
Mhm.
can't rob them. They paid for from 10 to 11:15. They paid for that. And
Mhm.
so I respect that. So I try to get here, at 10, but I'm running through the salon. I'm giving all my parts of my salon energy. I'm talking to the bowls and all of that. And hold up, elementary school. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Boundaries. And so I give my salon all types of energy, and then I'm here and I serve until 9 o'clock at night. Then I go sit down for a few minutes. I'm still marketing myself, so I'm always out. I'm always out passing out cards and stuff like that because marketing, word of mouth is good, but sometimes having that contact with somebody and just genuinely giving, hey, come, don't even come and book a service, just come and get a tour of the salon, and so, just getting myself out there. And so I'm still marketing even after I do hair. I'll market and then I'll go to bed probably about 11 or 12 o'clock.
Perfect. Jada.
So I wake up about 5:30, 5:30, 6 o'clock. That's when I spend my time with God, and then around 6:30,
Mm-hmm.
I get my children up, get them off to school. From there, I'll go to the gym. I'll work out for about an hour, hour and a half, and then from there, I'll work. Now I am in a new area. I relocated, so I'm trying to rebuild here.
Gotcha.
So my day isn't full of makeup yet, but it's
Mhm.
getting there.
Oh, yeah.
So if I have clients, I'll
Absolutely.
do my clients, and then I do other work just to supplement my income until it gets to where I want it.
Mhm.
And then I take my break because I have to get my daughter at 2:30, and then from 2:30 to 4, I have a break, and then I'll finish working after 4. And I'm in the bed. I try to be in the bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Okay. Ramona.
I start my day I get up at 7. I get my son ready for school. Then I go to the gym. Um, I leave the gym and take a quick shower, get dressed, and then I come to work. And then I'm here. Well, during the week I pick up my son every day, so I'm here till about 2:30. And
Okay.
then on the weekends I work longer. So like Friday, my mom has my son, my mom and dad. So that's when I work till later, till midnight.
Gotcha.
Um, and then I pick him up at 2:45, and then it's homework and baseball practice and all of that mommy stuff. And then, I do the same thing, get online and, try to promote myself, promote my brand, promote my business, work on whatever I'm working on, whether it's like a new product I want to come out with or doing research on something, stuff like that. And I'm in the bed probably about midnight. I try for midnight, sometimes 1 a.m.
All right. And Destiny?
I get up at 7 o'clock. They help my mama get the kids ready.
Got you.
I try to get me back down to get me about an hour nap before I have to get back here because I try to be here at 8. Sometimes I'm like Nikki, I don't get here at 8. I'm on the way. My house 2 minutes, and I take advantage of that 2 minutes. I'm getting here, but it's gonna be a little late. But anyways, I get up, I get here, try to be about 8, 9. Do what I got to do. Sometimes I have some weeds that I didn't finish that night before I try to go ahead and finish them before my first client. I try to get at least 6 people a day, but that's kind of hard when I got to do a sew in and I got to braid it down myself, sew it in. So I try to 6 people. I try not to go over because then I realize I get real tired when I'm one day I did 9 people and I said, oh no, I can't do this no more. I got to slow down. And once I do that, I leave here. It depends. If I have to go pick the kids up, I try to leave here around 4:30, go pick them up. My mama come home, get them. Then I come back and do hair. Or sometimes I just stay here. It'd be like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I go home, start it all over again the next day.
All right. And so I just have 2 more questions for you. So our second to last question. What is the biggest lesson you've learned being in the industry? The biggest lesson you've learned being in the industry. I'm about to say I was going to call on Jada. I feel like I say your name a lot, though, Jada. Let's start with Jada.
I would say my biggest lesson is go at your own pace. Because with the social media age, you can see everybody else like, oh, they're doing so much, and what am I doing? So you'll force yourself to, go outside of your pace to try and keep up with everyone else. So I just say run your own race, and you'll get to where you're going.
Perfect. Ramona?
My biggest lesson is it's okay to say no. I have learned to protect my peace by any means necessary. If I feel like a client is going to disturb my peace, I am not taking you. And I say no, and that is it. I even had a lady, this is crazy, like when they had the whole, what was the thing? The voting thing. And I guess she didn't like the president that was selected, and she came in. I knew it was going to be a mess. She sat down. I mixed her color and stuff. And then she just immediately, well, who did your dad vote for? And I'm just like, oh my God, trying to talk because, we don't talk politics.
You don't do that.
Right. And then so, I'm trying to talk about something else. And then she insulted my father. I took the cape off, poured her color down the sink, and I encouraged her to leave. There's nothing else I can tell you. And she's like, I can't come to you anymore. No, you can't. No. And I'm very respectful, but no, you can't. No. I don't come back from that. Yeah, I appreciate your apology, but no. Nope. I mean, just like how K. Nicole said, she has Nikki and K. Nicole. There's Ramona, and then there's Ramona, the business owner and mommy. You know what I mean? So, of course, everyone has 2 different sides about them, but I'm not going to let you disrespect anybody. I'm just not that kind of person. And so I had to learn how to say no. There are some people who will sit in your chair who will drain your energy, and it because when they leave, you have nothing left to give anybody else. If that is the case, no. You want to come and bring your own products to get your hair done? No. Nope. Oh, I use this color at home, and can you use it on me? No. No. My salon, my guidelines, my rules. If you don't follow your own rules, people will take clear advantage, and that's where the boundaries come in. You have to set those boundaries. You have to believe in yourself too, because if nobody else believes in you, all you got is yourself. So those are the biggest things I think I learned.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Sure.
K. Nicole.
What the biggest thing that I learned, like I said at the beginning, ego. Man, you gotta drop your ego. I also learned that you can't have my money and I can't have your money. So it's not about competition, it's about collaboration, because what belongs to me is mine and what belongs to you is yours. I don't chase anything, I attract it. So I stand on that. And so once you know what's yours, and you don't worry about what the person beside you doing, and you run, just like you said, you have to run your own race. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Chew
Absolutely.
on your own, stay in your own lane,
Mhm.
learning how to say no with a smile.
There you
Like,
go.
no, I ain't
Mhm.
gonna no, I ain't gonna be able to do that, girl. No, I'm not. With a smile and mean
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Okay, you mad? Okay,
It's
girl.
okay. Mhm.
Yeah. So just and protecting your peace, because this is an industry that you can find yourself being in at for a long time. And what you don't want to do is walk out bitter. You
Mhm.
want to walk out, and you don't want to walk out because you worn out and wore out. You want to walk out on your own terms. So, just, you know, protecting your peace, man. Make sure you're happy at all times. And if it's not making you happy, and
Mhm.
it's sending you another type of energy, because energy is contagious,
That
Mhm.
let it
part.
go.
That
Let it
part.
go, because you got other people you got to serve. And it's only going to last. That negative energy, or that person is only in your chair for an hour, 2 hours, but the energy that they leave in your salon or leave on you can be very effective. So you just got to be able to protect your energy, because you got others to serve. And we don't compete in this industry. We don't.
Mhm.
We collaborate. We are queens, and we know our worth. And so if
Mhm.
you know your worth and you have a posture, baby, it don't matter. It don't matter. Your money ain't mine, and mine ain't yours. Your clientele ain't my clientele. My people won't like you, and your people won't like me. Okay. So
Absolutely.
they'll
There
be
you
right
go.
back over there to you next week. Just
Right.
let them find out
Mhm.
what it was over there. Then they
Mhm.
find out what it was, and it wasn't for them. They'll be back. Just take
There we
them
go.
back, Ramona. Don't tell them no, Ramona.
Okay, please take your people back. Please come get her. Please come get this client. Please do that. All right, Destiny. What do you have?
I have two lessons. I had to learn
Oh,
how to
okay.
say no as well, because anybody you call me and I'm in bed, I'll be like, okay, I guess I'll do it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, I
Okay.
gotta stop that. And then people would not book. People would not book on the website for nothing. I had to keep saying it over and over and over. So I got to the
Mhm.
point like, if I have to book it, it's gonna be extra fee, because you can
Mhm.
just go type in the website and do it. But they wouldn't do it. So, but now they are doing better. Everybody is starting to just go straight to the website. And I'm like, thank God, that's helping me out. And then my second lesson, I would not take my shot back for nothing. That's not what I'm gonna say. But I wish I would have went and be under somebody before I jumped in my own salon this early,
Okay.
to
Mhm.
kind of learn how business go, extra styles. Cause like me, I don't cut hair. Okay. I mean, I trim you, but I will not give you no cut. I'll be like, now listen now, I don't cut hair, but if you want me to do it, I will do it. But I
Sign
don't,
this waiver.
yeah, yes.
Okay.
Hair and I
Listen.
don't braid.
And don't tell them I did it. Okay.
Right.
I'm warning you now before I do it. So I
Right.
don't I don't braid unless I got to braid for a sew in.
Mhm.
My Janice trusted me in her hair the other day. I said, Janice, now you know I can't braid, but all right.
I'll make it do what it do.
Yeah, this is what you're gonna get. So I really wish I would have went. Like I should have listened to my mom and them when they was like, go work in Walmart or something first before you jump and get in the shop. Which they did tell me not to get the shop, but they was just saying just try to go see what business is itself. But I did learn a lot, as in these 2 years I've been in here. We're going on 2 years. I learned to become a better businesswoman. Um, Learn how to say no, because everybody
Mhm.
will try to get you. They don't care about you. They just want what they
Yeah.
want. So
Absolutely.
Mhm. They don't care about you.
you tell them no. Oh, like Nikki say, they gonna get mad. But
Yeah.
I turned it to Faye Davis, so and they get mad at me. I be like, go ahead, go ahead,
Hmm.
They'll be fine.
go ahead. Yeah,
They
you're
will
all
forgive.
right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I do have to go ahead, Destiny. I just want to piggyback off
I'm done.
what you just said.
Mhm.
And we got to understand that. And this is not to be harsh, because we meet some loving people in our industry, and we build some fantastic relationships in our industries with our customers, our clients. But at the end of the day, we gotta make sure that we know why they came. You know, they only came for one reason. They only met you because you did hair and they liked what you did. Now, after that, we built a little relationship, and you real nice, but we're not friend. You're not really a friend because you really came because I can mess you up one good time, friend, and you out the door. So we got to remember that, like, you know, and they'll cancel on you in a minute. Knowing all your obligations. I do one client at a time. So when you decide, and so I have a 24 to 48 hour policy that, you got to pay some coins because I reserve that time for you. So when you cancel last minute, I can't put somebody else in there at the last minute. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't respect my time, friend.
Right.
So at the end
Not
of the day, we
friends.
got to remember that they came because of business.
A service.
And we can have a good relationship in the interim of all of that, but it's always business, and don't get emotional because it is a numbers game, and you got to put numbers on the board because you cannot tell Duke Energy, well, my friend didn't come, so I'm short. No, Duke
There you
Energy
go.
won't pay coins.
There you go.
So we
Well, I
got to
gave my
remember,
friend a
guys, this
discount.
is a business,
Yeah.
and we meet some beautiful
Yeah.
people. But you need those coins. I can't discount you because you just told me your
There you
whole
go.
sad story. It's still $85, ma'am. And I'm
Right.
so
Every
sorry.
damn money.
And I'm so
Yeah.
sorry that
And I'm
happened
so
to you.
sorry.
But
Right.
it is $85. Bless your heart. I hope things
Right.
get better.
With that $85 in my hand, I'm gonna have to take it out.
Right.
Exactly. So, we just got to stand on, because it's standards. It's
Yeah.
standards, y'all. And we gotta, yeah. So I just want to so that they don't care. They only care. They seem like they care when you're doing something, and not like Taylor. That's my girl.
I love
So
Nikki pieces.
yeah. But we known each other before the industry. But
Yeah.
that's my girl. So you meet
This isn't
beautiful
hair.
people, and I don't even expect Taylor to give me a sad story and then say, okay, because of the sad story, can you give me $5 off?
Discount.
At the
Yeah.
end of the
Right.
conversation, the respect is there. We talked, we laughed, we cried, but she still gave me, now how much you said that was? And then I got that trim too. So how much is all of that?
Right.
It's
Listen,
a
add
respect
all my
thing.
stuff up. I'm not a friend who wants discounts. Add up
Right.
my nails. No, you did 2
Yeah.
times, not one. Let me,
Right.
because I go to my job and I want all my paycheck.
Oh, and that's
Exactly.
what I'm saying. Like, you don't go to your job.
Thank
Your job
you.
cannot call
Yeah.
you on a Sunday and say, can you come in today? Girl, I don't even. I
Absolutely
had
not.
somebody, y'all listen, I had somebody at Walmart and they said, you do hair, don't you? I said, oh, who, me? Oh, no, this Nikki. Nikki don't do hair. You talking about Kay Nicole. Call her on Tuesday. The Nikki don't,
I love that.
she don't.
Okay.
No, Nikki
I
don't work
love
on
that.
Mondays. Yeah,
Yeah.
that you talking to Nikki in Walmart, girl. And I can give you Kay Nicole card and you can call her on Tuesday. But and another thing that we got to do, and it's another takeaway, is we got to understand that we got to learn how to get from behind the chair. That I mean, we got to learn how to work for Ramona, but don't work for be the owner. Like, I don't want to work for Kay Nicole because she is a beast. I don't like her. She demands too much. Her standards are too high. She's too demanding. I just want to be the owner. I don't want to work for her. I just want to be her. And so we got to learn how to create a system, guys, where we are not working. We can duplicate our system throughout our business and get from behind the chair so we can continue to build the industry. Because if we don't, the industry is going to be deregulated. YouTube is trying to take over. They're going to give you the best quick weave, the best lace, the best this, the best that, so we got to have a standard, but we can't burn ourselves out. We got to learn how to get from behind the chair and keep our salons running.
Absolutely. And so I hate to see you all go, but we're at our last question. So
okay,
if you could leave one piece of advice with any young woman or young man who's watching today, who is ready to enter into the cosmetology field or into the beauty field, or they're considering it, what would that one piece of advice be? Everybody's thinking, so I don't want to call on anybody because I see thinking faces.
You will get out of it what you put into it. If you put 100% of yourself into this, you
Okay.
will take away a lot. So your business, your brand will only grow as much as you feed into it, as much as you nurture it, just like a plant. If you don't water your plant, it's not going to grow. Same thing with your business. If you don't pour into it, pour into yourself, pour into your business, it's not going to grow.
I agree with
Just
Ramona.
work hard and believe in yourself. And then if you don't believe in yourself, find that one friend that when you fall, they don't carry you to where you need to go, but they will help you get up and they will walk alongside with you. Because it's not going to always, I don't want you to pick me up and carry me. I need you to hold my hand and maybe help me sometimes, or maybe be my backbone sometimes, or maybe encourage me sometimes. So if you don't have friends like that, you got to get some new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ramona hit the nail on the head.
Yep. My advice is, like I said, start off, watching somebody. Don't just jump in, because it's hard when I'm telling y'all, this shop done gave me, I done cried. I done just, Mom, I don't want to do it no more. Because I should have went and watched somebody. I just jumped straight in. Now I'm like, oh God, I didn't know I had to do all this. I got to get taxes. I got to get me some Social Security. I got to get out. I was like, Mom, this is a bit much. I need to go back and get off my clock. Well, I didn't have
Definitely more than hair. You were
Yeah.
definitely doing
I
more
was like,
than
I got
hair.
to get off my clock, because now I got to do all of it myself. It's not already taken out. I got to go find an accountant. I got to get them. They got to line this out. I got to sit down and write down, okay, I got to pay this. I got to pay this. I got to go get some more product. So if I could leave advice, my advice would be like, go under somebody. Or like Miss Ramona said, get somebody to walk by you and help guide you through how to have a successful business.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. My favorite name, Jada.
I would just say, don't be a know-it-all. You can always learn, perfect your craft, and give it your all.
It's good.
I would say know that the industry, you can make a lot of money in the industry. Know that, but then once you know that, take the money out of it. Immediately take the money off the table. Don't chase the numbers. Know that the promise is good, but there is a process that is tagged along with the promise. And, you cannot neglect the process. You cannot neglect the process. Don't get into this because of the money. Make sure you love people. Make sure you love people. And that's my biggest thing. It makes money, take the money off and be ready to serve, because you should be a servant leader. Give it everything that you have. Love the people, and everybody don't see your vision. Make sure you have a team. Make sure you have a team. If the team is just to encourage you and believe in your vision, just make sure you have a team, because trying to do it by yourself and grow. Now, I did it for a long time by myself, but I was content with where I was at. But when I was ready to grow and expand, you got to have a team, people that believe in you. You can't do it alone. Don't want to do it alone, because you should be able to multiply, duplicate yourself and multiply. Multiply and duplicate, multiply and duplicate. That's what the Bible says we're supposed to do. We think it's, bearing children, but no, you need to be fruitful. Fruitful is, showing your worth, showing that you can do it, showing that you have done it. Now, once you've been fruitful, multiply yourself, duplicate yourself, and have more of your morals and your standards duplicated throughout the earth. That's what it meant to me when it says be fruitful and multiply.
That is awesome. I just want to thank each and every one of you, Destiny, K. Nicole, Jada Lynn, and Ramona, for spending time with us this afternoon. A special shout out to She Is Me for hosting this Black in Beauty. I definitely think that this was amazing. Not because I was here. It was just an amazing conversation. And we want to thank everyone who tuned in and watched us. We hope that you learned as much as we did from our powerful panelists. They definitely gave us insight. They were all so very transparent, and they really did allow us kind of into their heads. We want to thank each and every one of you for spending time with us. Be sure to follow She Is Me on Facebook. and make sure that you're looking into all of their future events. And once again, I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and we will see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
All
Thank you.
right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.